Hello? Hello? Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello. Hello. Yo, yo. Damn it. Hello. 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 Hello, hello. Damn it. Hello. 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 Yo, this is What up, boy? FX30. All that's all you got. FX30. That's all you got. Yo, Chris, you see my live stream? I'm live streaming from the camera. I sent you the link to the live stream.
It's been over 3 years since we first received this Embody chair, so I'm just going to go through the chair, how it's held up, as well as my personal experience over that 3-year period. The build quality on the Embody is top-notch. It has some of the most advanced technology in an office chair, and it's made of high-end components throughout. This chair has been used a ton in our office, and only the fabric shows some wear. The frame, functions, arm pads are all still in pristine condition. Some people complain that the Embody can be a bit noisy, and while I do agree that it can creak due to the plastic from the pixelated system, I don't think that it's any more noisy than other high-end chairs with a lot of technology like the Leap and the Fern. I thought the Embody was one of the nicest chairs I had seen the day we took it out of the box. My feelings haven't changed 3 years later. The seat is an area where I did change my mind on after I was able to put a ton of time into the Embody. I think the design of the seat is great. There really isn't any padding. I think the design of the seat is great. There really isn't any padding.
Hi, I'm Siri.
what's up?
Yeah, I'm setting up the iCloud stuff.
Yeah.
What the fuck is good? And I want to have you be I could have like multiple numbers be like to authentication, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And so if you get a text, I think you have to tell me what it is. You're 262-993-9543.
Yep.
All right. Okay, hold on.
It's weird. It came
All
out
right.
of my-
What's your so what's the number?
Hold on. Seven four seven 428.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Cool.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you, bye.
The Sony FX. And on the next screen, you'll have options for the streaming. And you hit OK. And this is just going to remind you of YouTube's guidelines. So before you hit start output, just make sure you're aware of them. And you can start output from the app or via the center button on the FX3. Hit OK there. And on the next screen, and it brings us back to this screen.
In my, not really. And if you don't see it in the App Store, there's basically like the value waste.
And it brings us back to this screen.
Alright, let's talk about connecting your cameras. For our purpose here, which is multicam, there's basically 3 ways to connect your camera. By far the easiest one is Wi-Fi tethering to the iPad. But of course, that requires you to have an iPad with cellular connectivity. Like the vast majority of Apple customers just tether to my iPhone. I had people that bought. So for the now the upside of wired connection is of course it will be the most stable one. Not all cameras support or all these cameras. Specifically, cameras with the A7S III DNA don't support wired connectivity, but the sports photography hybrids do. Camera support, and the one I've used, Wi-Fi. Short Wi-Fi password. Because you are going to be, make sure you have a very simple and short Wi-Fi password. Because you are going to be entering it through a worst interface imaginable, and you might have to do it several times. If you still have a stock Wi-Fi configuration that came with your router from your ISP, and you have a password like this, you are entering a world of pain.
A world for pain.
Okay, so the next order of business is connecting the cameras to a router. Let's start with the FX6. Go to network menu and find wireless LAN settings. That's the same. You need to enable Wi-Fi, find a connect to a network. Is that it's called connecting a camera for the first time in the network settings. Now the confusing bit is that it's called PC remote function, which makes no sense because there's no PC involved at any stage of the process. So many menus, I guess. When connecting a camera for the first time, you need to go through the same authentication process as in wired connection. So if you skip over that part, this process be any less elegant? Could we be more white trash? Now, I have to save some energy for the closing rant, so I'll make this quick. So, guys, please, onegaishimasu. Have you ever paired an AirTag or AirPods to an iPhone? Yeah, it takes one tap in like 5 seconds. It needs to be like that. All those weird settings and checks for authentication, you need to do that stuff under the hood. You need to abstract all that stuff away and make it easy for the end user. In fact, ease of use is even more important to filmmakers than just to regular consumers. Because on set, we just don't have the mental bandwidth to jump through all these hoops. In this day and age, you just can't expect people to refer to a manual. There's just no reason why it needs to be this hard to connect a camera to an app. So just in the most general terms, the app is called Monitor and Control, and yeah, it kind of does what it says on the tin. When it comes to wireless monitoring, the biggest concern is of course latency. And actually, the latency was better than your typical HDMI latency that you usually get on cheaper external monitors. The problem was not the latency, but the stability of the signal. It just couldn't hold a... After all, there's a reason why top-of-the-line image transmission systems cost as much as they do, more than these cameras in some... or 2.4 the latest clip, but you can't navigate between clips or scrub through them. There is another way to enter playback, and that is through the apps menu.
We're going to set up it, connect to my FX3, and here we are. We're now on my FX3. I'll actually show how well it works. So I recently found out about this mad tool for Sony cameras. It's called the Monitor and Control app. And long story short, you can monitor your Sony camera and control it through this app. And I'm actually really surprised at how well it works. It hasn't got that much here. So we're going to set up an FX3, we're going to set up 2 A7S Mark IIIs, we're going to have our A camera, we're going to have our B camera, so it's an
monitor here on your phone or your tablet, obviously wireless, and you can also control. That's the control part. You can do things like controlling your focus right here along with many other settings. And for you A1 and A7S III owners, I have good news. This is coming to your cameras as well in a few months. But anyway, let's talk about it. So I'm going to screen record this mamma jamma right here, but first let's check out the lag. That's not too bad for a wireless app. That is not too bad at all. Now, of course, this is a wireless app. It's not going to replace any of my HDMI monitors, but sometimes you don't have your HDMI monitor with you. So I'm very glad that this functionality is here, even if it isn't as perfect as an actual HDMI monitor. But this actually does have more functionality than most HDMI monitors. Let me just show you right now. I will go over to the focus control. I will turn autofocus assist on, and now look at this. I can just override that focus and change the focus on the autofocus, and I can also just switch that over to manual focus just in general and do that like I want. But let's go back to autofocus, and we will turn autofocus assist off, and I'll go back to my eye autofocus. I can change my focus area to zone, center, wide, you know, the focus areas for Sony, and now this I like a lot. You can turn off the face eye autofocus priority. So if you want to track objects, you want to turn that off, because if you have eye priority on when you're tracking an object, it'll switch back to your eye. So my touch functionality is now on tracking. So if I try to track, I can just press and hold, and now it's tracking this light. that is what I pressed to hold, and see, and now it's over there. Now if I press on my dumb face, I am back. But I'm gonna turn face and eye priority on, because I want this autofocus glued to my gorgeous baby blues. And there's the autofocus transition speed, autofocus sensitivity. There is just so much that you can do. Here's these bar settings here. You can change the meters to feet if you are someone in the United States and you don't do our system. And then the detection, you just red or white, so what color you want the box. Oh, I still have tracking on my dumb face here. I will cancel the tracking and turn it back to regular eye autofocus. You see the red record button there. Of course, if I press that, I would stop recording, and that would be dumb to do right now. And also up here, you can lock the screen. So up in the top right-hand corner, you just lock the screen, and now whatever I touch, I won't screw up any settings. Let's unlock that right here. Of course, I can flip the image around for whatever reason, if you'd like to do that. And now we'll leave the, actually, you know what? We won't leave here, because we'll go to the tools here. We have waveform, which you can move around your screen, and you can expand it, so you can make it different sizes. That is very cool. And you can do the same thing with the histogram, so just move it around, resize it, do things like that. And then we have also false color. False color right here on my iPhone as I'm looking at my FX30. Oh, one thing, Sony, I wish you would add is zebras. I like to use zebras when I am looking at my exposure. Please add that in the app. I am sure you will. Now that I said it, I am a big influencer after all. So now I will go back to the basic control settings. So on the basic control, you still have your red record button. You have your white balance, which you can move manually with the Kelvin, or you can switch to one of the presets of all of the white balances there on your Sony camera, including any that you have put in the custom settings. You can change your f-stop, and you can just, you know, make that, let's close her down. Oh, nice and dark here. Let's go back to 1.4 to get that blurry background. You can, of course, change your ISO, your shutter speed. Now, this is the zoom. You wanted to do the old clear image zoom, then you can just zoom in right here. Ooh, we're getting nice and close and cozy. Now, let's get back out of there. Zoom off. The shooting look, so right now my display LUT is on. I am using a leaming LUT. You can turn that off or on. You see how gray and washed out that gets with you do. And the recording format, you know, right here, you'd be able to change that if I wasn't recording. And then, so some of these will be grayed out because I'm actually recording, but you can switch all of these, the metering modes. You can do switch clear image zoom to optical or digital zoom. You can do the variable shutter on or off. You can change which mode you're in, aperture priority, shutter priority with the PASM dial. And you can change the display speed settings to image quality priority, but I'm putting it on speed so that I will get less lag. And very cool. And also you can make your image full screen if you turn your phone horizontal and then press the full screen, and then you have the biggest image possible. So I think this is pretty awesome. I'm going to continue to use my HDMI monitors, but any extra functionality that I can get, I will take. And so I'm glad they're updating the FX30, FX3, FX6, and you A1 and A7S III owners, they say sometime in 2024 that functionality will be available, and they're going to try to add more cameras as time goes by. So I believe Sony is hearing the message that people want updates in their cameras, because they were sure to include that in their email blast this morning. They were like, hey guys, A7S III owners, don't you worry, we're going to put this in the camera. So I believe that their ears to the ground, and they're hearing the voices of the people. And hey, if you want to get a good tripod, a nice travel tripod for one of your Sony cameras, why don't you check out this video right here. I just did it yesterday, and I think it's a pretty good video about travel tripods. If you're interested in that, go check that out. Anyway, thanks for watching this one. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye. And you know what? I'm going to end the recording by pressing stop on the phone right now.